The Galactic Council Hall floated above the stars like a crown of glass. Thousands of species filled the tiers, each shimmering under the white light of the Council sun. For centuries, this was the heart of law and power. No one dared defy it. No world had ever made the Council afraid. Until now. It began with a whisper, one name passing from translator to translator. The name of a planet lost to time. The name of a species thought extinct, Earth. When the Council archivists first spoke the word, a silence fell that no sound could break. Records long sealed by ancient order trembled in their encrypted cores. The AI scribes refused to open them. A strange protection code appeared, older than any race present. It read only one thing: classified, human. Chairmaster Zyral, a being of light and crystal, looked across the assembly. Who placed this restriction? He demanded. His voice echoed like thunder. None replied. Even the mechanical delegates of the machine swarms turned their optic eyes away. Activate the forbidden files, Zyral ordered. The Council's data sphere came alive, releasing bursts of holographic images. War, fire, ruins of entire worlds. Every image bore the same mark: Terran, Confederation, and every world destroyed carried the same whisper: Retribution Protocol. The oldest members of the Council shuddered. Long ago, before the Council was born, the Terran Confederation had ruled the spiral arms. They had united worlds, built empires, and then vanished after something called the Final Silence. Most thought it was myth. Now, reports came from the outer sectors: colonies erased overnight. Orbital defenses melted like wax. Ships simply gone, leaving only burned space. And in every com log, one transmission appeared before destruction: "This is Earth." The Council trembled. For the first time in 10,000 years, fear moved through them like a living wind. Admiral Threx of the Drazen Empire stood, his scales rattling. "If this is true," he hissed, "we must prepare for war. If Earth has returned, they will come for all of us." Zyral raised a hand. "No one attacks until we know who or what they are. Send an envoy fleet." The envoy fleet departed that day, 50 ships from 30 civilizations. They followed the broken signals to the edge of the Orion Arm, where sensors screamed and navigation faltered. There, beyond a dark nebula, they saw it. A world shining blue and white, surrounded by steel rings, guarded by black ships that moved like shadows. One of the alien captains whispered through his comms, "It cannot be." That world was dead. Then a human voice answered the open channel. Calm, cold, unmistakably confident. "You found us. State your intent." Every translator stuttered. No tone, no emotion. Just power behind every word. The alien envoy stammered. We come on behalf of the Galactic Council seeking parley." A pause, then the human spoke again. "Parley denied. The Council broke its own accords long ago. This time, we speak on our terms." The fleet began to move. Thousands of human warships, uncloaked from the void, sleek, dark, silent. Each bore the old emblem of Earth, a blue circle with white wings of fire. The envoys watched as their sensors failed one by one. A single transmission went back to the Council before all contact was lost. The message contained only 3 words: "Earth is awake." Back in the Council chamber, panic erupted. Worlds that had mocked the old legends now demanded answers. Who were the humans? How had they survived? And why had they returned with such fury? Chairmaster Zyral stared into the void feed, his light dimming. "Summon the archives," he whispered. "We must remember what we did." The AI archivist hesitated. "Chairmaster, the files you seek are sealed under the directive of silence placed by the first Council itself." "Then unseal it," Zyral roared. The data sphere flared again, revealing ancient footage: alien fleets burning cities, human soldiers defending worlds not their own, And finally, the Council signing the decree that exiled Earth from all star maps. They had erased humanity to prevent their ore from rising again. Now, the ones they erased were back. A low murmur filled the chamber. Fear turned to dread. Dread turned to guilt. And guilt became terror when a live transmission appeared above the council table, an image of a human figure standing in shadow. He wore black armor marked with a white insignia, Earth Command. The figure spoke slowly. "We remember everything." The chamber fell silent. Every species present felt something ancient awaken inside, the feeling of prey, realizing the predator had returned. And somewhere far across the stars, human fleets formed the first strike wings. The era of the Council was ending. The age of Earth was beginning. The Council had not known fear for 1,000 generations. Now, even the air around them seemed to carry it. The words "Earth is awake" echoed through every channel. Every world, every empire, entire civilizations went silent. Governments called emergency sessions, and fleets were scrambled to defensive positions. Chairmaster's Iral stared into the holographic projection of Earth. His crystalline form dim. "We must send another fleet," he said. "This time not for diplomacy, this time for understanding." But deep inside, he already knew understanding would not come easily. The Council had rewritten history. They had buried the truth of what they had done. And now the truth had returned with a vengeance. Far across the void, in the Sol system, the Terran Confederation had been reborn. The humans had built quietly, far beyond the reach of the Council's sensors. Their colonies stretched through hidden slip space corridors. Their fleets powered by energy that the rest of the galaxy did not even understand. They had waited, rebuilt, and watched. And when they saw that the same council that had betrayed them was still ruling the stars, they decided it was time to return. In the Terran war room aboard the dreadnought TSV Nemesis, Admiral Elena Reeve stood before a wall of stars. Her face was calm, but her eyes burned with focus. "The Council still pretends they are the light of civilization," she said. "They forgot that light burns." A younger officer asked, "Do we strike first, Admiral?" Reeve shook her head. "No, they will come to us. They always do. They fear what they don't understand, and fear drives them faster than logic." Back at the Council, panic meetings erupted. Reports from border sectors flooded in unidentified ships moving faster than any known drive. Whole stations blinked off the network without explosions or debris, just gone. The Drazen Admiral growled in the chamber. "They are using slip space weapons. Technology forbidden by the treaties of the stars. They could appear anywhere." Zyral replied bitterly. "It was humanity who wrote those treaties. We only enforced them after their fall." An eerie voice broke through the hall's speakers. It was a Council intelligence agent reporting from deep space. "We found something." The voice trembled. "Ancient beacons, all pointing toward us. The humans left them thousands of years ago. They were not gone. They were marking the path back." The chamber erupted in panic. For the first time in history, the Council ordered full-scale defensive lockdown. Every member world was told to prepare for invasion. But no invasion came. Instead, strange broadcasts began appearing across the network, sold human music, words in forgotten tongues, then translated messages. "You erased us. You took our home. You turned our allies into enemies. We remember." The humans were not attacking yet, they were letting fear spread on its own. When the first strike finally came, it was silent. A single human vessel decloaked above the Council capital world. It didn't fire a weapon. It just transmitted a symbol, blue and white, wings burning bright across the planet's night sky. Then it vanished into light. That single act made entire fleets desert. Whole species began begging for contact with Earth, hoping to be spared. And then, after weeks of chaos, a single message arrived from the Terran Confederation High Command. Council representatives will come to Sol. Alone. No fleets. No weapons. We will decide if you are worth speaking to. Every empire refused to accept one. Zyrol volunteered to go. I was there when we cast them out, he said. If anyone must answer for it, it should be me. And so, under escort of Terran shadow ships, Zyrol traveled through the ancient Slipgate and entered the Sol system. What he saw was beyond imagination: massive orbital rings, floating cities around Mars, human fleets gliding silently like predators of metal. The ship landed on Earth green, blue, and alive. Humanity had rebuilt paradise. He was led into a hall of dark stone and silver light. There stood the human delegation. At their head, Admiral Reeve. Chairmaster Zyrol, she said calmly. You were the one who signed the exile? Zyrol bowed slightly. I was. And I come not to fight, but to beg understanding. Reeve studied him for a long moment. Then she turned, gesturing to the wall behind her. It lit up with countless names, worlds that had fallen when the Council betrayed humanity. Understanding, she said. You never sought that when you erased us from history. You feared us because we did not bow. You feared what we could become. Zyrol's voice was quiet. And now you have become it. Reeve nodded. Yes, and now you will face what you created. She stepped closer, her tone like iron. We will not destroy you, Chairmaster. But the age of the Council is over. The galaxy will no longer kneel to fear disguised as. The Council's authority crumbled across the stars. Member races withdrew, empires fractured, and new alliances formed, each seeking the protection or favor of the returning humans. The legend of Earth spread faster than light. Some called them liberators, others the ghosts of vengeance. In the deep reaches of space, Terran fleets moved like storms. But unlike the empires before them, they didn't conquer, they dismantled. Slaver worlds vanished overnight, replaced by new colonies under Terran protection. Warlords surrendered without a shot fired. Humanity had become a myth given form. Chairmaster Zyrol watched from orbit as Terran ships restored balance, where the Council once imposed control. He spoke to Admiral Reeve often, trying to understand. Why show mercy? He asked. You could rule everything. Reeve's answer was simple. Because we learned what happens when power forgets its soul. We are not here to rule, we are here to remember. But not all humans agreed. In the outer colonies, factions of the Terran military demanded vengeance. They wanted the Council worlds burned, every species punished for their ancestors' crimes. The Terran High Command stood divided. On the planet Eridan, rebellion erupted. A rogue human commander launched an unauthorized strike on a Council sector, annihilating 10 worlds. Billions perished. The galaxy gasped in horror. For the first time, humanity was divided before alien eyes. In the Council ruins, Zyrol turned to Reeve. Now you face the same question we once did. What will you do with the power to destroy? Reeve looked out at the burning sector feed. We will end it, she said, and summon the Terran fleets. What followed was a battle not against aliens, but between humans themselves. The rogue commander declared independence, claiming the Confederation had grown weak. His fleets were powerful, armed with ancient doomsday tech. The Council's authority crumbled across the stars. Member races withdrew, empires fractured, and new alliances formed, each seeking the protection or favor of the returning humans. The legend of Earth spread faster than light. Some called them liberators, others the ghosts of vengeance. In the deep reaches of space, Terran fleets moved like storms. But unlike the empires before them, they didn't conquer, they dismantled. Slaver worlds vanished overnight, replaced by new colonies under Terran protection. Warlords surrendered without a shot fired. Humanity had become a myth given form. Chairmaster Zyril watched from orbit as Terran ships restored balance, where the Council once imposed control. He spoke to Admiral Reeve often, trying to understand. Why show mercy? He asked. You could rule everything. Reeve's answer was simple. Because we learned what happens when power forgets its soul. We are not here to rule, we are here to remember. But not all humans agreed. In the outer colonies, factions of the Terran military demanded vengeance. They wanted the Council worlds burned, every species punished for their ancestors' crimes. The Terran High Command stood divided. On the planet Eridan, rebellion erupted. A rogue human commander launched an unauthorized strike on a Council sector, annihilating 10 worlds. Billions perished. The galaxy gasped in horror. For the first time, humanity was divided before alien eyes. In the Council ruins, Zyril turned to Reeve. Now you face the same question we once did. What will you do with the power to destroy? Reeve looked out at the burning sector feed. We will end it, she said, and summon the Terran fleets. What followed was a battle not against aliens, but between humans themselves. The rogue commander declared independence, claiming the Confederation had grown weak. His fleets were powerful, armed with ancient doomsday tech. In the void between stars, Terran ships clashed human against human. The Council worlds watched, holding their breath, realizing these were the same warriors who had once crushed empires. After 3 days of relentless combat, the rogue fleet was defeated. Admiral Reeve stood over the wreckage of the last warship. Her voice broadcast across the galaxy. We are not the monsters you made us. We are the guardians you feared we could become. The words spread across every channel. Even the Council worlds bowed their heads. Humanity had faced its own darkness and chosen light. In the aftermath, a new order rose. The Galactic Council dissolved, replaced by the Alliance of Free Worlds, guided not by fear, but by cooperation. At its center stood Earth, no longer hidden, no longer forgotten. Zyril was the first alien to stand beneath the new Terran banner. You have become what we once dreamed to be, he said softly. Reeve looked toward the horizon of Earth, sunlight burning across the oceans. We did not rise to rule the stars.